Welcome back, everyone. This is Akinar here with more Baba Is You. And as we were speaking about last time, it feels like we are kind of reaching the end of the game. I could be very wrong. Who knows what secrets we may have missed or have yet to uncover. But if my count is right, the remaining puzzles would get us to 200 dandelions, which seems like a very strangely convenient number, round number that is. And I will probably be reaching out to somebody that I know who has some Baba, the full Baba knowledge, and get some confirmation on that here in the near future, just to see, because as we're reaching the end, making new videos for Baba, it might be a little bit just because of the approach that I have been taking. I'm not the kind of player that just sits down and solves a puzzle in one session. I very often, obviously, as who have been watching the playthrough know, I have to take multiple sessions. I have to be able to put the puzzle down and come back later with a clean slate, as we like to say, fresh brain OP. And so because once you get down to, 2 or 3 puzzles remaining, especially if they are really difficult puzzles, they could be like Floatius platforms and Out at Sea and these other ones that could take 4 or 5 rounds to complete. I might start editing together like multiple sessions. Maybe I'll sit down for a few minutes at a time on different days and with the same puzzle and just kind of edit that into one video. We'll see. I'll be thinking about that and see how the remaining content of Baba plays out. Just wanted to fill you in on my thought process there. For today, though, I think what we're going to start with is we're going to start actually, before we get to the puzzles that we've been working on, we're going to take a look here. I need to remember how to do this, but we're going to take a look at Fragile Existence, because one of the things I have been enjoying from time to time is checking out other people's playthroughs for the puzzles that I have already solved. And then once they get to a puzzle that I haven't solved, I stop watching. But I was watching a playthrough where the guy had gone through and basically solved every single... He is the kind of player where he sits down and just does one puzzle at a time. And so he had worked through the first overworld here and done every single level up through the mountain and fully completed and gotten the level complete or area complete for each one of them before he ever even tackled the sort of meta puzzle here with Baba Is You and Flag Is Win and trying to turn the level into one of those. And we had done those very much earlier in the playthrough and kind of stumbled into that here. And so he did, though, give me an idea that I had not considered before that involved... I have to remember exactly how he did this here. He was able to maneuver things in a way to where I think this might have been it. So the first step here, his eventual goal was to make wall melt and level hot. And that would allow him to get rid of all the walls, which I don't remember if we did or not. It's been so long, I don't even remember what our original solution was, if it was even close to this. But this I don't think we did, where he had kind of simultaneously disabled Key Is You while putting it over the door, because I think what that allows you to do, since door is defeat, it allows you... Actually, what does it allow you to do? How was he doing this? There was a way that he, because if you re-enable this, then what did he actually do to get? He was able to somehow destroy. Oh, right, that's what he did, because what you can do is you can say key is hot. He wasn't, I thought for a minute he had found a way to kind of get the key on the outside of the door, but you can just destroy the door because the door is melt. So that was the first step. And once you have that in place, you can bring back some of the words from the outside, like melt. And you can bring some of the other is words as well. And you can make wall is melt. And that is the first step there. And then you can simply, I think, say, now hot, in order to get hot off of the, I think you can just make Key Is You again here. then you can, yeah, that'll get hot off of the wall. And now you have the ability to say, level is hot. Get everything maneuvered here correctly. And then now you have access to a lot of things. And the idea at this point, this is where I stopped watching him, because I immediately had this idea that I wanted to test. I wanted to see what happens if I say something like key is level. We've done this in other areas where we've been able to change objects into a level, and it actually gets us a bonus puzzle. Does that happen here? It is not allowed because key is key, but we can break that. And it says key is level, but it doesn't look like it's a level that we can actually access, because the problem that I'm realizing now is we don't actually have a cursor. A cursor like we would in the overworld areas that allows us to actually enter into a puzzle. Also, this doesn't have a number or a letter on it or anything like that. So that does not seem to work. It works, but it doesn't actually do anything for us. I wanted to still try it. Let's just, for the sake of completion here, let's try doing level is, or Baba is level, and see what that does. But I'm guessing it's going to be a similar thing. I don't want to break key as you. I want to do this. But I think we're going to end up with the same thing. Okay. All right. See, it's those sorts of ideas that I'm not sure if there's like one of those that maybe just hasn't occurred to me yet that might get us to the next stage of puzzles. Because we do have, we're going to go ahead and exit out of this now. We do have, if we go back to the depths, there are certain things that are kind of mysterious, like this is keyword here. Could we, is there some way that we could say something like flag is level? We've been able to say Baba is level. We've been able to say rock is level. Those are getting us our extra puzzles. But can we say flag is level? I had initially ruled that out because if we try to get flag, we can't get the flag keyword in through this little L-shaped hallway, but you could push flag all the way around here to where it would say flag is. The problem then becomes, how do you say another, what would be the third part of the phrase? Flag is what? Because you can't actually push level. You can't push it through this way, because I think that's one of the implicit rules, is that levels are stop. Level is stop. We could take a look at that bonus level again here, and maybe I will do that. This bonus level 1, just to see what is inside of it. Let us figure out how to do that here. We have to go like this. Oh, my cursor is following the level, which is okay, question mark? Maybe if I leave it there, it's okay, because I can go like this. I wanted to say, the way we get to that bonus level 1 is we say Baba is grass, right? We have to say Baba is grass. That is some pink colored grass here, which threw me off, but I think it's because we have completed this bonus level, right? We have gotten the dandelion there, and it shows that little pink highlight around places like the me on the board, the level keyword, because these are puzzles that we've solved. I hadn't seen it before with the grass. How do I get the cursor? I need the cursor to be able to move to where the skull is without the skull moving, so I guess I have to go like this. Oh my gosh. Come on, please. So, how the fuck do I do this? Shit. Okay. Boy, this sort of maneuvering, for whatever reason, causes me so much consternation. I guess I have to get the skull here. Now we should be okay. My God, why is that so tough for my brain to try to process? Okay. Yeah, because this flag is win out here. It feels like there should be more to the story. But we'd have to look, I think, at this level again here. Priority lane. Priority lane. The problem is that there is no level keyword here. There's no level keyword, and so I don't think we can actually transform this. Yeah. I'm still not really sure what to do on this puzzle anyways. We might take a look at that a bit later. But that's the only way that I'll have to keep thinking on this if there is... It had occurred to me a little bit as I was before recording here. Can we do anything with this flag? But it's those sorts of mysteries that I'll have to see if I think I'm just going to ask somebody and see what's the final puzzle count. That's the question that I have not wanted an answer, and I still don't really want an answer, but I might search out that answer from someone I know here in the near future. For now, what we're going to do then is we just need to pick one of the... what happens if I reset here? If I hit reset, it actually goes to there. So I'm going to have to redo this part. Quickly say Baba is grass again so we can get our cursor back. It would be nice. It would be nice if there were like two kinds of resets. One that would like fully like reset your cursor to where it's easy to access, but that might be a little bit more difficult to program. So where do we want to head? I think what we'll do, I should have just gone from here. I think what I want to do is I want to head back to... We've completed everything on the map, quote unquote, right? We finally got floatiest platforms, so that is out of the way. So let's look again here at our question mark island. We've solved the... Right, we found the bonus level 5, which was that simple orb level. We've also solved the rock bonus level, which I think is 6, but we have not yet solved the one that we get from water. So why don't we go ahead here and transform water into level. So we need our and we just put that down here. And we just bring over water and say water is sync and level. I don't even remember what this level looked like. We might have worked on it once. Oh, right, getting together. This is a bit of a toughie, or it was a bit of a toughie, but I think we were at the end of a session. And we're running a little bit low on brain power. The big challenge here, the big challenge that we're facing is that we need to get all of these different objects into one space. And the thing that makes it a little challenging is the fact that wall is stop. Wall is stop, and in order to get something, in order to be able to get all of these things in one spot, we kind of need some shifting going on. I think I had thought about this a little bit off camera at one point, and I don't remember exactly what the idea that I had was, but I think it involved first transforming all of the walls into rocks. I want to say that was my first step. Let's try that. So wall is rock and rock is push. And I think what I wanted to do was simply to have sort of a conveyor belt of rocks that were leading onto the flag. I think the idea that I had, something I was trying to work on last time, I was trying to set up some really complicated scenario where I had like conveyor belts pointed in opposite directions, and I was in between them and sort of transforming stuff into walls, somehow simultaneously getting shifted into the same square, and I think it was just classic overcomplication. I don't think we have to be that... I don't think we have to be that involved. Now, it might have been better for me. One thing we also do need eventually is we need multiple Babas. So before we do that though, let's try to just focus in on solve a micro puzzle here. And the micro puzzle being what I was working on last time, which is simply getting what? I wanted to be able to get a piece of wall shifted onto... I wanted to kind of end up with shifting a wall into... Like now if we change this all to rock is shift instead of rock is push. This is now going to shift things onto this square. And this feels like we want to be coalescing all of our elements right here. Obviously, we need the flag to be one of those elements, and I think we only get one flag. There's no flag keyword that we have access to, so this is our flag. And so we kind of need to bring all of these elements to this point. So, right, one of the things that we need in addition to wall is we also need text. We need both a piece of text and a wall that are going to be shifted onto the flag. So how do we accomplish that? If we were to just right, so one of the things, yeah, this was the key actually that I was having trouble with, was figuring out how to stack both a piece of text and a wall together, because wall is stop and of course text is push. So we need to be able to get those two things onto the same square. It's like we need... What do we need? What do we need here? If I take this push keyword, I put this here. If I were to... This is where I think I should have multiple Babas right now. Because if I have more than one Baba, I can have one of the Babas kind of sitting here while I maneuver some text. I think that might be how we want to play things. Because if I have a Baba that's sitting up here, I can make rock shift. We don't need this anymore. I can make rock shift and have Baba sitting on the flag and allow this text to be moved on top. And if I do that, then what I could do is I could make a phrase like Baba on rock is wall. I think that might be what we want to aim for, because then we'll have a piece of text stacked on Baba, and then we can selectively transform that particular Baba into a wall, and then we'll have our wall and text stacked on top of each other. Let's see if we can aim for that. I'm going to reset because I want to first, we have two rocks that I think it actually makes a lot of sense for us to just turn those into Baba. Why don't we start with that? And maybe we can just go ahead and stack two of them. And those can be... I'm going to start with that just because it's a lot simpler to work with than having three of them running around. It can just be kind of awkward getting your different text phrases rearranged that you don't want to change. This might not be the ultimate win condition, but for now, this is going to be better for our problem solving, or at least word manipulation. So now we transform the walls into rocks. And now we say rock is push. Oh, but I forgot to get rid of this phrase first. Deactivate that. Now we say rock is push. And now we do what we did before. I'm gonna put these, we can always separate. We have a corner or an edge. A corner of hedge. A corner of hedge is what I meant to say. We have that where we can separate these two as long as we don't stack them. And so now we can go like this. And we go like this. Okay. Now we say, now the problem is I lost track of which ones are stacked. I can see now because the one on top has, the legs are in different directions. They don't stay completely synchronized, which is helpful. Thank you, Babas. So I want the one that has two Babas to be manipulating the text. So I kind of need to change their positioning here. Can I change their positioning? Do I have that ability? Maybe I don't have that capability. I would actually need an opposing corner, which maybe I could get with having one rock in a corner down at the bottom. So maybe I will just grab one of these. This might be more complicated than we need to make it, but now I should be able to do this. Or is this going to have the same problem? I'm maybe making this more, I'm probably making this more complicated than it needs to be. We actually need a corner. We actually need it up here, don't we? Because I need to be able to move you to that side. That's what I was wanting to do. Now we deactivate this. Okay. The only reason that I was doing this was just so I could have, I want the single Baba to be the one that's up here being shifted or having stuff shifted onto it. Because, so we want to say rock is shift. Let's say that out here. If we have rock is shift, and then we say, we might actually make it vertically. Let's not activate it just yet, but we want to say that Baba on rock is wall. That's the phrase that we want. So we say Baba spacing can always get a little bit awkward when multiple things moving around. Oops. Baba on rock is wall. Okay. Now, we don't quite want that active yet because we need to first get the text shifted onto it, right? We need to be able to say, we need to have push over here so it's ready on the conveyor belts. And maybe what I want to have, maybe what I want is for this phrase here, or that part of the phrase to be the one that we're going to be. Oh, but then I have rock is wall. So I really kind of need this to be deactivated. How do I... I sort of need... I kind of need... I guess I need this all to be over here, is what I really need. Yeah, I think this is what we want. So now we should be able to, we say, but we don't say it yet, actually. We want these two to be more like this. Is this true? Maybe I actually... What am I getting hung up on here? I don't... If I pop this into place like I have now, maybe I can do this. If I just wait for the right moment and I move Baba up there. Okay, that does work. For whatever reason, I was kind of thinking that might not work. I might not be able to put the wall and have the push shift on at the same time, but it does. The way the time steps work out, it seems to be fine. So now I have text on top of a wall, which I don't think we actually got to last time. That was a big hurdle that we were not able to get by. Now, I don't want to do that. Let's deactivate this phrase again here. Now, part of the issue is that wall is not currently push, but we can solve that because we just need to bring a wall and an is up here. Rock is shift, but that's okay. Well, it's sort of okay. It's a little annoying, but it's fine. Now, wall is push. This is okay, because now that we have this, as long as wall is push, that's really what we just need to be able to push wall around. I'm thinking maybe a few too many steps ahead, trying to think about the details of shifting this push wall, this now stacked push wall that we have. That is going to be the text and the wall that are the two parts of our eventual win condition. We need to get them to this square here. Do we have all the pieces now? We need two Babas, right? We need Baba on Baba, which we have. We also need a flag, which we have. We need a rock, which we have. We're kind of there, aren't we? We just need to have this push wall. We just need it to be shifted onto the Babas. So can I just need to set up a conveyor situation here, right? Where I give myself enough time with the rocks. So let's bring this one out here. I just need to bring enough rocks. Hopefully I still have that ability. But this should be, I don't need that many. This is probably good enough. I just need them all to be facing the right direction, which is like this. So if I have this here, and now I say, now I go wall is push, and we just push this here, we should have time. Rock is not shift, but that's okay. We just say rock is shift. We could even do it up here. Give ourselves all the time in the world. And I think we win. I didn't need to do it that way. We just do it like this. And now we should have a win. There we go. Hello. Awesome. We got together. And we got the win. And that, I think, now is a completed... question mark, question mark, question mark. These little paths that kind of lead to nowhere, I think they're only to really allow you to get your cursor back. Although they both do lead to right here. Why is that? Why do they do that? Are there any other potential things we could do on this level? I feel like we've tapped out all the possibilities. We're not able to say dust is level, right? Level is stuck in the corner. We've turned rock into a level. We turned water into a level. We can't make anything else U. It feels to me like we're at the end of the road, and that was our last puzzle on this map here. So GG's, that feels good. 196. Feels good to start the day with a solved puzzle, which I didn't think we were. It didn't feel like that puzzle, like there's some that we're still kind of hard stuck on, like Priority Lane, but I didn't feel like that was the case with Getting Together. It was just a matter of not overcomplicating things. Gotta simplify and focus in on the small little not the small little details, but the micro puzzles is what I mean to say. However, we do have one more bonus puzzle, at least one more bonus puzzle, assuming this one doesn't open up anymore. But we have Meteor Strike. Let's take another look at this, because I've had a few sessions, or a couple different sessions, where I had thought I had a very straightforward solution that is really just being prevented. And so I think we need to kind of examine this one from the top, because they're giving us a few extra things compared to the previous puzzle. In the previous puzzle, the solution involved simultaneously transforming the belts into ghosts, while also saying flag is fall. I think. Transforming the star into the flag first, and then simultaneously saying flag is fall and belt is ghost. We're not able to do that in this case because the level is positioned such, right? All the walls here are set up to disallow, specifically block us from doing that sort of a simultaneous thing. However, they have given us the love keyword. How is that supposed to factor into things here? Star is melt, but Star has love. Also, love is melt and love. Love is love. We need to get a flag. That part is the same. And I think the only way that we can generate a flag is using the star. Because just like before, if we try to turn belt into flag, we immediately, will immediately disable our win condition. So how do we do this? What is the key insight here that I have been overlooking? The fact that they give us love initially makes me think of transforming the star into love, and then love into a flag. But we can't transform love. We cannot transform love. However, something that when I was streaming this for the first time, somebody in chat had pointed out that we do have access to has. With the letters that are here, we has a has. The has keyword is available to us. What would that allow us to do? Is that what we want to be thinking of here? How does that help us? Because both star and love are melt. Maybe that's what we're supposed to be thinking about here. Maybe we're supposed to be thinking about doing something not even sure we can do that though. We only have access to one H. So if we wanted to make something hot, like we could say star is hot. No, we couldn't actually. We could not say star is hot because the T down here is there's only one T. We cannot say star is hot. Why is star melt? Could we say love is hot? I think we could say we have access directly to the love keyword. So we could say love is hot. But we would also not be able to say that love has something. That was my initial idea. My initial idea was to say, have love is hot, or maybe star is hot, and also love has, I don't know, flag. But we only have one H. I don't think we can actually line things up in such a way. It would have to be something else. We can't say, we can say love is hot, but I can't say from here love has something. So what am I supposed to do? Are we supposed to say that belt has something? If we said, they start us with this Baba is melt. I still have not been able to figure out, why is this a thing? Unless we're supposed to transform Baba into something. I don't think we can be doing those sorts of shenanigans because Baba is you. I guess what we could say is we could deactivate this. And then we could say Baba is hot. I feel like we might have done something like this before with letters. Let's get this over here. Need to line this up on the right column. So if we did this, the problem is, so star and love are both melt. If I say Baba is hot, theoretically, I could melt the star and I would get love because star has love. The problem is, how do I get to the star while Baba is hot? How do I actually do that? Can I say is it possible for me to say star is fall and belt is ghost at the same time? Do I have the letters to do that? I actually have. I don't know if I've ever tried this. Is this... I could be thinking off in left field here. If we were to say star is fall. Let's think about this. I want to investigate. I think I have an idea. It's the only idea that I have at the moment. I haven't completely thought it through. It could be a dead end. But what I'm envisioning... I happen to realize that ghost ends in an ST, just like star begins with an ST. I don't know if it works like this, but does the game register two different phrases? If you spell... We have just enough letters. I guess we'd end up with an extra S, but... Make sure my spelling is correct. Will the game work like this? Something tells me it won't. But I have to see. It does work. It does work. We actually were able to make 2 separate phrases. Belt is ghost, and star is fall. I mean, of course it worked, but I wanted to see them spelled out anyways. Is this the key? Because, conveniently, what letters are still available to us? Hot is still available to us. Did we just solve it? I think we might have just solved it. Let me get my words out, because now what we should be able to do... There has to be a way now to be able to say Baba is hot, while also saying... Let's do one step at a time. So now Baba is hot, which means this should get us love. We don't want to stay there because we don't want to melt love just yet. We need... What other letter has conveniently been left for us? I think this is the solution. The other letter that's been left for us is a has. And sure enough, we'll give partial credit here to, I think it was actually my brother, Matt, who was in Twitch chat at the time and had the idea. What if we can do something with has? It did not apply on the previous puzzle, but I think it has been crucial to the solution for this puzzle because it allows us to say, while Baba is hot, we can also say that love has flag. And it is just, look at how that works out perfectly, that the exact letters that we need, we still have access to. What a brilliant puzzle design. What an absolute brilliant puzzle design. Oh my gosh. We got an achievement. Baba, or B-A-B-A, complete a secret area. Let me take a closer look at this on the Steam page here. Complete a secret area. 4% of players have this achievement. That is one of the things about Baba Is You. When you get an achievement in this game, you know you are doing a thing because not a lot of people have those achievements. You really have to have some a little bit of craziness to stick with the game long enough and be patient enough and crazy enough to willing to come back repeatedly for the puzzle punishment. It can be for many sessions, as it was for Meteor Strike. It took us quite a few sessions there to finally get the key insight because we were thinking along the wrong line. But that feels pretty good to start off with a couple solves. I was not expecting to have that sort of progress right off the bat here. So why don't we try to keep the train rolling? Let's head back. We need to head back to the depths, which means we need to get our Baba lined up here. And I think the quickest way is just to go here, right? And that gets us back to the depths. Let me hydrate here. That feels great. It is so... Solving puzzles in Baba is just such a joy. Such an absolute pleasure. Especially when they just kind of fall into place. But I definitely, as I said, will gladly give partial credit to my brother Matt for the solve there, as there have been a number of those puzzles. This one I am recording on my own, but I have had quite a few of these episodes that were live streamed, and there have, as much as I try to solve the puzzles on my own, that is kind of the nature of who I am as a player. There is still time where other people chip in, and it's part of the fun of playing Baba. So let's just start, I guess, with we'll take another look at priority lane, as I need to once again get myself lined up properly here. But, oh, I actually need the grass keyword, excuse me. We need to get this up here. Little tedious to do this each time, but it is what it is. Now we can get this here. No. Oh man, it's like a brain buster every time just to maneuver through the depths. Let's go back though to priority lane and take another look at this. I have a feeling, I mean, you never know. You never know how the fresh brain is going to work. But let's try to look at this one from the top because I felt incredibly hard stuck the last time we were here. Some key insight was passing me by because this obstacle, the obstacle of turning the box into Kiki was totally eluding me how to circumvent that. The key has to be, it has to involve this and, doesn't it? They're giving us an and. It's very, very conspicuous that there is an and. It's just, what does that, having access to that and actually accomplish? What special things? The special things in the past, or maybe the special thing that I can think of, involve doing transformation. So like in the past, we've had a few puzzles where we were able to transform. This is not exactly what I was thinking of. If I go like this, that really doesn't do anything. What I was thinking of was the fact that we could, if I was able to reverse the... What am I trying to say here? We've been able to make multiple objects out of one. If I had the ability to say, box is Baba and Kiki, I could actually get two objects from one. That is one key trick that we've learned in the past, but I don't think that helps us on this puzzle, because we can't transform the belt. The only transformation that I see us having access to is Vox turning into Kiki. I don't see how we could transform the skulls because there's no room. If we put and here, I can't. There's no way to make a second phrase because we don't have room. And I can't delete any of these words, can I? They're giving us water is sink, but I'm not able to shift any of the water, am I? I feel like I'm kind of at the same spot still that I was the first time, is that there is just something that is escaping me. The flag is the win. There's only one flag. The is feels like the most expendable keyword there. I could be making a mistake thinking that. If we say belt is push, and then we point the belt this way. We don't want to push it again because that transforms Kiki. But let's say we now say it's shift. This has the same effect. We did this before as well, right? And we're getting to the flag at the same time as Kiki is disabling flag is win. Does this allow us to do something else, though? Why is this and here? Is there something that we can use? This doesn't do anything. And all I'm doing is blocking my... Like, even if I made some creative phrase with the and that somehow stops box turning into Kiki, if I'm putting that text here in this column, I'm blocking my way to the flag. What am I missing? Like, are we supposed to do something with... I don't even know if we can do text stacking. Let's reset this. And... like, what if we leave the belt shift? I can't actually stack any text, right? Because text is always push. So if I try to do something like this doesn't actually stack the text. It just moves Baba beyond the text. But what if, well, I can't do any, the most that I could, I was thinking, there's no way to do it. Like, even if there were 2 words above, let's say somehow I was able to, I guess I could put like, yeah, belt is shift and then have the push underneath, and that would be, but even then, how do I get the Baba inside? But even if I could construct a scenario where there were 2 more pieces of text above the and the push that I have here, the moment that I move down here, in this case, Baba is getting shifted back up and then pushing the text. I think all that would happen, though, is I would just have Baba would go to the belt, and the belt would be trying to shift Baba back, but there would be 4 pieces of text in the way, and that would essentially be acting as a stop. Baba would just stay on the belt, which is what I think normally happens. So I don't think that we can actually stack text. I'm not even sure how that would help us, but I'm still at this point with this puzzle. I don't think I can see past the initial hurdle here. Whatever the key spark is, I am not yet seeing it. We can't transform the belt. Wall is stopped, so we're stuck with the arrangement of things inside of the walls. I can't do anything. Like, what am I supposed to do with the and? That's gotta be what kicks us into gear here, is realizing what to do with the and. But that has not occurred to me yet. Box is Kiki. Are we ever able to stop that from happening? Box always becomes Kiki, doesn't it? Otherwise, we don't get to the flag? I don't see how I would ever get any text below the text box in order to get in the way of... Even if I did that, I'm blocked off from getting to the flag, am I not? How do I actually reach the flag? There's all these belts. We have the one belt here. This is like the only belt that we can even do anything with, right? This is the only belt that we have any sort of control over. Is that what I'm supposed to... Am I supposed to be trying to think about a way to get... Maybe that's what... So if I disable belt is shift, that gives me a space here. There is a space that Baba can get to below the belt. Could I, at this point, somehow say belt is push? Could I construct a world where I am at this point here, or maybe even at this point, right? If I'm at this point, that also is okay because I can move away from something that is push and then push it up. Because maybe we could do something... We might be able to do some stuff with the water. If I was able to get this belt above or up, how can I do that? How can I get... That's the only potential idea that I have come across here, so maybe I'll spend a bit of time seeing if I can come up with a world where belt is push. But it's such a weird position here. It is such a strange position. Why is the and here? How does that help me? If I'm trying to make... Where do the phrases go in order to say belt is push? Or where does the text go? Not the phrases, but how do I position the text? Because if I put something here like this, I'm blocked. But if I'm making it... I can't make it here. It's not clear to me how, from this position or this position, I would activate belt as push. Would I need belt is shift to be part of it? Is that what I need? Do I need to have a word on top of this? This doesn't do anything, I don't think. If I'm saying belt is shift and push, like that doesn't do anything, right? And now I'm just kind of stuck. Does that though? The shift happens before I deactivate it. Okay, that is interesting. Does it help me? Does it help me? I don't think it helps me in my original idea of trying to get Baba below the belt and then making the belt push. But it feels like it's doing something different than what we've had. I'm gonna reset once again. I do like to reset after I've maybe taken a new step or what feels like a slightly different step, just to kind of re-examine things from the start. Does that new knowledge now apply? But was it really new knowledge? What we were doing, I guess the new knowledge that we gleaned is that the order of operations happens if you deactivate the shift, one shift is still taking place. I guess the shift is taking place as you are pushing the text to deactivate the rule. So as I'm taking this step to turn off belt is shift, there is a shift that is taking place. Maybe simultaneous with my step down. Whatever the order of operations, there is a shift that's happening before the rule gets turned off. But does that help us? It's one of these things that feels like it could be part of a solution, but it could also just be overcomplicating and focusing on a red herring. I don't have a good enough idea yet. But it's the only potential thing so far that has seemed like any step in the right direction, or a direction other than stuck. Yeah, I'm really just not seeing how that new knowledge applies, if at all. And I think we're just gonna set this puzzle aside once again, and hopefully we get there eventually, but this might be one of those, could be one of those similar to Floatius platforms where there is just a very simple idea that hasn't occurred yet, or it's going to look simple in retrospect. So for now, let's move on and take another look at the rock level. I'm gonna have to, once again, I think, redo everything. This is probably my least favorite part of the game, is redoing all my work in getting back to the cursor once it is way over here on the other side. So not only is priority lane a bastard of a level so far, but it is a pain in the ass to navigate to. So now this just gets me access to my cursor. So my cursor, I will go ahead now and deposit back here so that from this point, now I can actually say rock is level and actually get to the resulting level. Because I think, yeah, we have not yet solved this one. So let's take another look here at Parade. Ah, yes, Parade. Okay. This one was also a bit of a stumper, but it was more of the variety where there's just so many things to consider. So let's see what we can focus on. It's maybe a little bit like the getting together puzzle where we just need to focus on some small section of this. I know I was thinking about this off camera, I think a few days back. What was the idea that occurred to me? There was something new that I wanted to try, but I need to remember what that is. It had to do, I think, it had to do, what the heck was it? They're giving us a bug for a reason. The bug, I think, is meant to be here to do what? What are we doing with the bug? What if we transform? So one of the things that we had done last time was we had transformed, we had set up a scenario where Kiki and we turned me, I think, into either Kiki or Skull. And then we had set up a phrase, Kiki is Skull is Kiki. So we had them kind of flipping back and forth. And I think the idea that I had was to do something like this. Because even with if we transform me into a skull or Kiki, we have two me's right now. And even if we set both of those me's up to where Kiki is transforming into a skull and then back into a Kiki, we can't actually interact. Like if we do that, if we just did that. Oh, okay, that was the problem, wasn't it? The problem with setting up that Kiki is skull is Kiki. The problem with doing that was that, let's just see what it looks like. If I activate this, I think the problem was that once I activate it, once I say Kiki is skull is Kiki and these two me's, we would have to say me is Kiki, but I'm assuming that as a step. I wouldn't have time. The problem was activating this phrase down here as Baba. I would not have time to get up here because my idea was if I can have Kiki turning into a skull half the time and skull is swap, then I could use that to my advantage to sort of stall the approach of the skull up here. And if I do that, that gives time for the one that's on the right-hand side to move down and position flag as win. I don't know if I explained that well at all. Let me try to work through the puzzle here, because I think the idea that I had was instead of Baba activating, instead of us activating this phrase here, what if we have the bug do it for us? What if we turn bug into me? Maybe that's what we do. What if we turn bug into me? And now we set up a phrase over here where we say, this was the phrase I think that we had before. Does me have any special properties? I don't think so. So now we bring over this phrase, this text down here. So now we have all this nonsense set up. But let's say we do it like this first. Let's say we do this. Okay. So now we have our skulls ready to go. I might have made things a little slightly inconvenient for myself, but let's see if this does what I think it will. Well, no, we don't actually want the bug. We don't actually want the bug to be a skull, do we? We want it to be a Kiki. Because now this doesn't actually... I need this thing to be moving now. How do we do this? The whole point was I wanted to have a delayed activation. Maybe I need to start this over. I wanted to have a delayed activation. Do I need to transform the me's into... Maybe this doesn't work the way that I thought it would. Because the whole idea of having the bug doing stuff for you is that you can have sort of an activated thing on a timer. Like I could have a phrase here ready for the bug to kind of patrol across, hit the wall, come back, and then activate skull is Kiki. So I would need maybe to first turn me into skulls. This still doesn't quite get there. Hold on, let me play around with this. Sometimes you just gotta play around with the puzzle. You might not figure out everything in one fell swoop, but you at least kind of see how different moving parts work in action. So now if I were to say Bug is Kiki. If I were to say Bug is Kiki... This isn't quite it either, is it? Let's just walk this through, but I don't think this is going to work. Because if I say Bug is Kiki, this does sort of delay and allows me to, like... It doesn't really do anything, though. Like, just because it delays and allows me to get up here... Oh... Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. What if I could say... Let me Do I need to reset it? I don't want to reset it, actually. What if I'm able to do this? Okay, let's do that, and then let's do this. Well, maybe it needs to be this. Not quite, hold on. That first. So let's say we do this. We're gonna need to do this. But then also move this is here. Okay, we didn't quite get there fully because I want both phrases to be active, which I could maybe do if do I have time if I go like this? I don't think I have time unless I do. But I'm not actually... There we go. There we go. Okay. Now... So this is progress. We actually did... I was able to do the thing that I wanted to do, which was delay this Kiki long enough for a flag to become win. Now, the problem now is how do I actually deactivate... I need now for this to stop being a skull or a Kiki. And I can't actually do that. I'm sort of stuck here in this holding pattern because if I try to get out, Baba is no longer you. So that feels like progress, but we're still missing something. Let me back it up. Could I have done things a little bit... Is there a way... Obviously, we could set up... We could set things up vertically. If you were setting up the phrase like we did before, vertically, Kiki is skull is Kiki. If we were doing it that way, maybe I'm not Maybe I don't actually want... Let me see. If I activate this on my own, if I do this on my own, where I'm saying that Kiki is skull is Kiki. If I do it like this, I'm not able to get up here in time, right? That is part of the issue. I can't make it up there unless I do things a little smarter. Because we start with me's, don't we? We start with me's, and I don't necessarily have to say that me is skull. Let me ignore the bug for a moment. I think I might want to do it from this side. I feel like I've done this before, but I need to test this out again. Well, yeah, see, that is the part of the problem with this phrase getting activated is it immediately, as soon as I transform me into Skull, Skull gets transformed into Kiki. I need sort of this to be deactivated in order to make the initial transformation. And then when I do this, I'm in the same spot that I was before. I am just far enough away where I can't reach the Kiki in time, which is what gave me the idea to have this transformation. I maybe shouldn't have reset that. Is to have that transformation happening on a timer with a moving bug, which has been transformed into Kiki. But if I do that, if I have it set up vertically to where it can be disabled at some point, how do I get the moving bug to enable it first, but then let it sit for a while? It's if I have this activating the phrase, if I have the moving bug activating the phrase, Kiki is skull is Kiki, it's going to immediately deactivate it because it just pushes the skull through. You're only going to get one transformation, and then you end up with nothing. So maybe that's not what we want to be focusing on. It might not be the winning line. What was the other consideration that I had? The other place we could potentially put the bug might be up here. Like maybe we can put the bug in this spot. We would need to, if I transformed it into the skull, I don't think that would help me. Or would it? It's actually okay. It actually does put me up here. But it also doesn't really help me? Question mark? Because even if I put this skull like in the way, quote unquote, of the oncoming me or Kiki, it's just gonna swap once. It doesn't actually stop. It doesn't stop the Kiki from going through. I would need to do something else. And then, of course, once I'm out here. Yeah, I don't think it actually does what we want. The other problem is if I'm doing my, I guess I wouldn't have to, I could say me as Kiki. I wouldn't have to do my swapping back and forth between Kiki and Skull necessarily. But if I do things this way, it's just like I said, we're not, I feel like I tried that before as well. I think I've been in that position. Gosh, it feels like we're close when we're working with kind of the bug moving as a delayed timer, starting or activating another phrase, but like we were pretty close. We were pretty close in this scenario where we said Kiki is Skull horizontally, and then Skull is Kiki vertically. But how do we deactivate that? There is a space over here. There is a crevice to the left, and you could deactivate Kiki is Skull. That wouldn't help you very much though, would it? Because then you're stuck with Skull is Kiki. In order to break the cycle the proper way, you kind of don't want to end up with any Kikis. If we're doing something where we are delaying the me that's facing left, we're delaying it long enough for the me that is facing down to reach flag as win. And then once we've done that, we need an exit strategy. We need to be able to break the cycle, but we need to be left with skulls so that they're no longer moving and breaking Baba Is You. So we would want to break Skull is Kiki. Am I going about this? Is this, am I doing this the wrong way? Maybe I've actually been doing this the wrong way. What if I am supposed to say, oh, you know what? What if I'm supposed to, maybe I've actually seen it here. What if I'm supposed to just say bug is Kiki? What if this is the trick? What if we do that? I've been trying to activate this 5-word phrase from the right, but what if I was supposed to do it from the top? Because if I do that, if I start this sequence with a bunch of skulls like this, now I'm closer, aren't I? And I can go like this. I think we've done it. This is what we needed. Because now we end up with a situation where eventually the cycle breaks, right? Except it breaks in the wrong state. Shit. God damn it. Because of course it has to be a Kiki. It has to be a Kiki and moving in order to break the phrase. Shit. I still need... I need Kiki to be a skull. I needed to say Kiki is skull. Shit. Oh, god damn it. It felt like we were there. But of course I wasn't thinking through the full details. In order to break Kiki is skull is Kiki, you have to have a Kiki that's actually moving. Is there some other way we could do this? Because this feels so close. It feels so close. What could we do slightly differently? Man, I thought we had the win. Thought we had the win. Not there yet, though. Can we put this me? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the thing. Kiki is me. The problem is if we say Kiki is me, me is going to be Kiki. But maybe the sequence will work out here? Let's at least try it. We've got to at least try because this feels so close. But I don't know if the ordering is going to work out here. It doesn't work out. How can we set this up? Let's keep backing up to this spot here. There's got to be some slight alteration that we can come up with. This has got to be it. We just need to be able to say Kiki is me or Kiki is Skull. Shit. Oh, man. Could I put... Do I need to put this skull in a different spot? I kind of need it to be on this line, don't it? Because I need to break Skull as Kiki. But if I break Skull... The only way to break Skull as Kiki is to have a Kiki. And we need to end up with... Man, this feels so close. So close and yet so far. I hate to put this one down because it does feel like we're so close, but I could be on a complete sidetrack and really far from the solution. And it feels so, it just feels, I'm usually okay with putting down puzzles and coming back with the fresh brain, but when it feels like it's within reach, it's so tough letting it go. This is just not gonna cut it. Like, it just feels so good. It feels, let me back this up just a bit here. No, I have to follow it here. It just feels perfect. Like we're in the exact right spot. To be able to stall out this top one here. Is there something I can do when it temporarily becomes me? No, right? no matter how we slice it here, if I'm doing this thing, they're providing us with this is Kiki, right? We're stuck with the is Kiki. We can't sort of reorder how we do this. We have to have Kiki is skull is Kiki. And if that is the case, how do we construct a scenario where we are ending up without any Kikis? Because that's what I'm not seeing. Could we turn around the one on top? Is there any way to get it to face the other direction? How would we do that? I don't know if we can get it to face the other direction. The only thing that is push is bug. And there's no way to transform the stuff on the top. We only have one bug. I think I'm gonna have to put this one down for now. I could be tantalizingly close, or I could be completely off in left field. And I hate to do it, but I gotta give this one a break. It feels like we're close to the end of the parade there. Maybe next time. We've had some good victories today, but that one I think is gonna have to wait a little while longer. Let's go ahead though and say Baba is level, and give one more look before we're done here for today. Let's give one more look at this, I guess, extra level 4. Oops. And I don't remember what this one was called either. Buried treasure. Oh, right. Okay, now I remember. Buried treasure. Yeah, this was a very slight variation on the one that the previous one, number 3, I don't remember what it was called. But we had a clever solution that allowed us to kind of, I think, transfer control of you between Baba and Kiki, something like that. So what do we do on this one? Because of the way that the box is situated, box has our flag, which is win. And because it's inside of that little corkscrew, we have to be, I think, you has to get to the box. And you, I think, has to be Kiki, because Kiki is hot. And there's no way to make Baba hot. Kiki is hot and has to melt the box. So how do we make Kiki you? That's the challenge here. Because we can't do what we did before and simply have our Baba kind of move the text you. We were able to position Baba over here while Baba was also move, and we got to push this you to the right and make the phrase Kiki is move. Sorry, Kiki is you. Something along those lines. But because there is a hedge right here, we're stopped from doing that. So what do we come up with instead? What do we do instead? We have access to move. The goal is to say Kiki is you. How would that look? We have the one Baba, but we could transform Kiki into Baba. Maybe we should do that. If we transformed Kiki into Baba, do we need to do that? That might not be a good idea, because if we transform Kiki into Baba, we need to get a Kiki at some point. Would we be able to transform both of our Babas back into Kiki and simultaneously say Kiki is you? Let's just think first about how we would say Kiki is you. We can't say it over here in this wall, or sorry, this column, because we can't get the word Kiki into the column. There's no way to push Kiki, the word Kiki, back over here. So it would need to happen over here somewhere. It feels like here is the only place it could happen, actually, because lava is hot, and any attempts to push either, well, maybe not either of these words, but the word you, we can only push it up to this lava. We can't go beyond this lava or else it's going to melt. So if we set up a situation here like we did, if we tried to do the naive thing of simply positioning, if we simply position Kiki is over here, we can't quite do it this way because, yeah, the problem with doing it like this is we need to be able to turn off Baba is move. You need to be able to deactivate that phrase. Because if I go and I push right here, I can get Kiki is you, but I'm too late to, if I try to move down with Kiki now and deactivate Baba is move, there's one more move that takes place. And that's why this is a tough puzzle, is we can't really use the approach that we did before. But is there anywhere else that we could position? Like, what if I'm supposed to do something? I need to move the word you, don't I? Don't I have to move the word you? I'm pretty sure we have to end up with Kiki is you. And so far, the only place that I'm seeing that being able to materialize is right here. Is there any other possible orientation where this would make sense? I don't think we can make it on this row horizontally because, as we said, we can't get Kiki over into this column to be left of the word you. I'm not seeing that. So if we're not putting it here, where else would we be putting it? Do we need to have some sort of... Oh. Well, so that's a slight difference that I hadn't thought of. Instead of from this position, I actually have two options. One of them is pushing to the right, which takes Baba essentially 2 steps. The other option is to step to the left, which has the effect of facing me toward the hedge and then stopping, I guess, and then the move takes place. So in effect, it moves me 1 square to the right instead of 2. So I get an extra time step that I could wait. Now, in this particular situation, I'm still in the same scenario because I don't actually get control of Kiki until this time step, at which point it's too late to stop Baba is move. But what if I was able to somehow... What if the key here... What if we're supposed to do... some sort of a crisscross? It would be nice... The crisscross doesn't really help me, though, actually. I'm thinking, instead of having Kiki deactivating Baba is move, what if Baba deactivates move? If Baba were the one deactivating move... how would that look? Oh. I'm not sure that I can do this. I was thinking, what if I was able to arrange the phrase here, Baba is move? But I'm not sure I can actually put that in the way that I think I can. Because there's just not enough room, is there? Or... is that correct? Because while the lava is hot, which means it melts the text, but it doesn't melt Baba. Is there some way I can creatively push stuff? If I could create this, if I could end up with the phrase here, Baba is move, and then have Kiki is above it, that would be a way to deactivate Baba is move at the same time that I am moving from Baba is you to Kiki is you. In that way, I'm using the lava to my advantage by destroying a phrase that's actually hindering me. The problem is actually setting up that scenario. How do we do that? How do I actually... oh. Okay, let me reset it again here. I'm wondering how this works. The idea occurs to me all of a sudden. We have seen situations where, like with fall, when fall is a mechanic, you can actually get an object to sort of bypass something that is stopping it, like a defeat. If you are fall, you could move enough squares beyond the thing that is defeat so that you're essentially bypassing it. And I'm wondering, can we do something similar here with the lava? Because Baba is move actually takes us 2 squares, doesn't it? So let me go ahead and see. Aha! I think that's the solution. Maybe. It's still a little tricky, though. Because I still need to get Baba over here. This is still just a little tricky. Still just a little tricky, isn't it? That's a cool thing we're able to do there. But the problem that I have is... The problem is getting the word Baba into place still. Like if I do this, if I just bring Baba over here like I did to start, I could put that there. But now I don't have access to a Baba anymore. And now I could get an is in place. But I can't use that same trick now because I can't say Baba is move. And I can't actually push this down to where I need it. Fuck. Huh. This feels close. Much like the, much like Parade. This feels like it could be a thing because we would be deactivating, if we got this here, Baba is move, we would be using the lava to destroy one of the words, but we would have a move, we would be able to move you 2 squares to the right and end up with Kiki as you. But this is the catch. The catch is actually constructing Baba is move, which looks like maybe we can't do. If I set it up, the problem, I don't think I want to lose any of the words right now. Like if I tried to do this, if I try to do that, I lose an is. Also I still didn't really accomplish anything. I just lost an is because Baba needs to be over here still. That really doesn't get me anywhere. I sort of was, man, it feels pretty clever to be able to put move here. And yet it's still pretty far away. They've just positioned things. There's just not quite enough room to do what I want. Shit. And now my brain is kind of lasered in on this idea. And if this is a red herring, it's going to be really tough to find the right idea. I don't quite want to give up on it yet. It just doesn't seem possible to get the Baba is move where I want it. Doesn't quite seem possible. It's not a matter of... Let me just try something here. Let me just try something. I'm gonna have to do this. Let's try... It's a little funky here, but let me move that down there. Let's do... We're gonna make the phrase vertically. Baba is move. And then I'm going to... We're gonna push the is across. What was I even going to do here? Well, what I was going to do is I was going to do this. I was gonna try to complete the phrase. No, it just destroys the move. That's not good enough. Kiki's move, I don't think helps us. Kiki is just moving back and forth vertically, which doesn't help us at all, and we don't have any way to... Kiki's not push, so we have to get Kiki as you. Shit. A couple puzzles here that just have felt like we're right on the cusp, and yet still so far. Okay, there is something I had failed to consider. Something I had failed to consider was... maybe I had this same problem on the previous puzzle. I don't remember really exactly what I did, but maybe I'm trying to make too far of a leap by trying to go straight to Kiki as you. We don't have to do that. I think we can actually do Baba is move here vertically first, and we can switch over to Baba is you. Now, maybe we've tried this, but I just don't remember. But this feels like maybe a better starting point, because it does allow us to... we kind of have to do this and then this. But that allows us to get to this spot, which feels like progress. Maybe. Or maybe we're still just as stuck. Because now we might be in the same spot as before. Because how do we then say Kiki is you? How do we now say that Kiki is you? We've said before that we can't really get Kiki around here, can we? Can we get back to saying Baba is move? Move is kind of in a weird spot now. Move is no longer really in a great spot. Okay, well that felt like maybe we did that on the previous puzzle. I just really don't remember. But having that extra hedge is really screwing with us, right? That extra hedge here is really kind of throwing a wrench into everything. We put this here, but it doesn't really get us home. Because I can't, there's no world where I can get the word Kiki over here. I can't, like, push it through here, because then I'm just breaking the phrase, Baba is you. And I don't think I can actually reestablish Baba is you now. Sorry, Baba is move. Unless I go like this, which I could do. Interesting. But ultimately not helpful. Because I've just sort of backed myself into a corner. We could do this, but we're just ending up in the same spot. There's just something that I'm missing. I'm not quite there yet on this one. And if we are in fact down to the last couple puzzles in the game, then it's not too surprising that these are going to be ones that take us some time. So I think we're going to go ahead and leave it there for today. And that's where we'll wrap up this installment of Baba Is You. I do feel good that we at least grabbed a couple dandelions. I wasn't even sure. You get to this point in the game and it's really tough to make progress. It can really be slow going. So like I said at the start, I'm going to see what we're going to do. I will probably reach out to somebody that I know to see exactly where we're at with Baba. It feels like maybe that time in the game to just get a good picture of, without spoiling anything, if there is anything to be spoiled, knowing how much we have left, or if there is more beyond where I'm thinking that 200 is the end, but I don't know for sure. Maybe we'll get another big flower as well if we complete all the puzzles in this area or something along those lines. But yeah, we're just at that spot where we'll see how it goes. I might end up doing additional content as sort of like a piecemeal sort of thing that gets spliced together into, you know, taking sessions from multiple days and putting them together into one video or something along those lines. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I may be starting up another puzzle game. I have a couple that I've been looking at. I have Steven's Sausage Roll as well as Monsters Expedition. They all came part of a bundle with Baba Is You. Steven's Sausage Roll is one that I had played a little bit of myself. Similar to Baba Is You, I played it for a bit some time back and then put it down. Monsters Expedition I have not really played at all, so I'm curious into looking into one of those, maybe leaning toward Monsters Expedition just because I haven't played it yet. We'll see how it goes. Either way, I'm hoping we can get some more progress on these puzzles eventually here, and eventually wrap things up with Baba Is You. It's been a great adventure, and I'm looking forward to finishing it at some point. So thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.